Here at the SpaceX South Texas launch site. It is the 20th, I believe, of August 2022. There is a truck over here. We have a little bit of a wind. We've had some little sprinkles of rain today, but they are underway here with two lifts, two minor lifts. So they moved these yellow cranes into position, and they're doing a little work here. So I want to get this shot. You can see in the back there, they have it attached to that pump, I believe, in the back there. And they have another one up here to the right. Hey, Tony. Mix. So I want to get the shot of this pump and lift. So it looks like this one came in, this fresh one with all the plastic on it, must be coming in. I'll do a kind of a update on things here as well. This one looks like a liquid nitrogen tanker. It is pretty windy, so right now I'm using a dead cat on the mic. Hey, William. Yeah, this morning. Yep. Yeah, it looks like nitrogen. That is kind of the nitrogen area. Yeah, dead cat on the mic. Yeah. Wind cover. So that one's, I believe that's still up in the air. This one we're looking at right there. Yeah. I got the mic plugged in. Yeah. I'll get a shot here to the east. We had some sprinkles of rain this morning, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know how the day is going to turn out, but I was the way it looked this morning and might still look is we're going to get some pretty windy, a windy afternoon, evening here, and it is kind of windy right now. So, and it's 9:22 in the morning. So, in about 11 hours, we're looking at maybe a pretty windy situation here. Still can't get it in the shot. That crane is very tall. There we go. Mix asks about any idea about what those things are. Yeah, just some big, I would assume, yeah, I don't want to assume. I know what, I've heard what the black thing is. The black thing, horizontal, is some type of 5-pump thing for, it has 5 pumps on it, the black thing on its side, but I don't know what the gray thing is, no. Hey, Tony, good morning. Yep, good stuff. So that's it. I'll keep videoing here for a little bit, but we've covered most of what's going on. You can see it's swaying in the wind a little bit right now. That second lift there on the left. All right, I could zoom out, I guess, and get some shots of the tank farm as well. It says the weather for Port Isabel, conditions partly cloudy with the temperature 85. The wind is from the southeast at 15 miles an hour, and the relative humidity is 81%. So 24 kilometers, and it's only 9:15 in the morning, or so. 9:20, I can't really see the screen here. 9:25 in the morning. Yeah, so, and there is somebody up there on the lift checking some stuff out. Yeah, that's all I got. I thought it was gonna be more active when I got here with the with these pumps. There were some engineers sitting right on the pallets over there when I started setting up the camera. They moved out of the way. Tony, I believe so. Yeah, I checked early, about a half hour ago, that the storm warning is still in effect. Yeah, we'll see how it turns out. The last I looked at, they said possibly gust to 45 or something. Hey, Mix, if we are going to get really rough weather today, then RGV might want to cancel his flight, is all I'm saying there. It may be a little bit too windy to go up in a little Cessna airplane. This is not really the kind of weather you want to be flying an airplane in. Unless you're a storm chaser or something like that. No. All right, get a shot of the Starship area too. We got a good shot of the stands over there where they, just to the left of Hoppy, we could see the very tall stand over there, right over there, and the other one right below it, in front of it. The shakiness is caused by the wind, so it is kind of windy right now. At this, I believe the wind limitations on certain things are, I believe, in the 20s, huh? Crossroads, wow. Good morning. Thanks for the live shots. Thanks, Crossroads. Awesome. Julian says RGV should be live in about 3 hours. Okay. Hey, Steven. All right, it's going up, everybody. They're going to lift this. Get out the umbrella here. Hey, yada yada. Tony, there's not enough room to drop the boom. They would have to put it east-west across the launch site. At the moment, it's pointed north-south, so or north-northwest, south-southeast. Yeah, thank you too. Hey, Steven. Yeah, probably some type of pump. You know, we are looking at there's a black thing on the ground behind. You can see there on the left. And maybe something like this might fit on top of that. This is just a guess. You know, maybe there's enough room maybe this size of the bottom here would fit on something like what we're seeing here. Let me see where my hand is. You know, the top of that black thing on the left. Maybe that would sit on, let me get my hand in the view here. On the top of that thing laying down, maybe that would sit on the top of something like that. You know, maybe with every launch, they have to come in and replace some of the equipment to keep it at top level. You know, because we just saw a one-engine static fire, and maybe that puts a lot of strain on some of the equipment. The air is pretty dry right now. You gotta set a valve and a pump or filter. I got you. Because if we're looking straight back against the backdrop there on the left, it looks like something similar is back there right now. So I'll use my hand. See these things over here? That's what we're looking at. That looks to be one of those things. But I wonder if this black thing on the bottom fits into the ground first, and then that maybe something like that would go on top. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen them put the one thing in and then stack the other thing on top. So I don't know if they're together or separate. You know. You can see there is another one. It appears there's another one right over there too, still up in the air. Steven says, totally enclosed weatherproof pump motors. Good stuff. not bad on the guess where it might go. All right. Maybe I can move to the side or something. I'm going to move everything to the left here. All right, I apologize for that. I didn't know they were going to put it here. There's a liquid oxygen tanker coming in right now. Stingray, I've got to check the Starlink. I haven't checked the Starlink today. Thanks. There is another one on the left here. Let me zoom out a little bit. There are, I believe there's 4 of these white things. There's one here, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We currently see 3 of these tanks up there, including the one they just put up. I believe there are 3 of them up there now, and then there's another one being held up here on the left. So maybe they will lift that other one, this one here, into place over here. So maybe we'll see another lift here coming up soon, because they have been, that one's been in the air kind of a long time. It's still, I believe, off the ground over here, and maybe it would fit right there. We'll see once they get that other one in there. So. You know, there doesn't seem to be anything that they would put it on. If they were to put that other one to the left of it, I don't know where they'd put it because that one they just installed looks to be on like a stand or something there. It looks like there is like a something it's sitting on, and to the left there, I don't see anything that you know. There's nothing over there to the left where it would sit on something. So maybe they would take that black one in front of us, that big pump. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Maybe they would take this pump over here, unwrap it, and put it over there to the left here, and then after that's in, put that on top of that. I don't know. But yeah, I don't see anything in place over there that they would put that one that's in the area over there, put that on. So unless there is we could see this yellow thing here. Maybe there's a space. Maybe there's one of these platforms behind this that they could go on. Okay, Steve, it says the new one's on the ground. It's the pump body. Good stuff. Good stuff. So that would be maybe what they'll do. We'll see. Looks like they got that on, and now they're in some type of talk there. They're kind of talking about the next steps. Yeah, so we have a PayPal, and that is, you can donate through there or Venmo. Good stuff. Thank you, No Enemies, for last night. Thanks for the support as well. Raul. They are, yeah, no rollout today, but maybe this week. We're looking at some pretty strong wind this afternoon and this evening. So they're offloading some nitrogen and liquid oxygen right now, and maybe we'll see more of that through the weekend. They had some methane tankers at the Orbital Tank Farm offloading methane early this morning, so they are bringing in the methane, and that would be something for the future, for a static fire or something like that. There's another guy higher up On the, this is a, on the left, well, on the right here, we're looking at a somebody up there on a lift, and maybe they have a temperature meter or something like that. I don't know if that's a temperature meter or not, but maybe they're taking some readings of the how well the insulation is doing. That could be one idea about what they're doing up there. Let me get that shot real quick. There is a gentleman up there with, looks like maybe he has a, I don't know what he has. I can't really see it with this camera, but wonder if he's measuring the different temperature and taking some readings. Because there's a lot of perlite in those tanks and in between the walls to keep the temperature at a good way. That would be my speculation on that. Well, welcome to the Orbital Tank Farm and Starbase SpaceX launch site this morning here. West. All right, the lift just loosened up. Looks like they're done with that. See the straps on it just loosened up. One more to go. Hey, Martin. I'm making do this morning. We'll see, Martin. All right. They got that one done. Steven says, it seems like a pump and motor that size would need to be spin tested and balanced. Wow. Tony, thanks for the support. Massive. That's massive. Thank you. Yeah, we do have a tour of SpaceX available. Um, and there's a link there if you're ever interested at the OCEAN website. Let me zoom out a little bit, get this crane on the left in the shot here. You know, the talking about scrap, Julian mentions, I wonder how much ship the Jacqueline owners made in scrap. Yeah, the Blue Origin, Julian mentions the Blue Origin, one of their ships that they landed, I believe they landed rockets on, is here in Brownsville, and they're going to be, one of the LLCs here in Brownsville is going to be scrapping it. Pretty interesting how that, I was thinking about looking more into that. I was reading about that yesterday on Facebook here. All right, we're getting some sprinkles of rain here. Maybe even it's worth getting a shot here to the left. Yeah, I like scrap too, Julian. Get a shot of the clouds that are forming up over the east. Here to the east, we could see some pretty big cloud layer going up there. And we're getting some sprinkles of rain right now. Let me tilt this up if I can. There we go. You can see it's coming in from the southeast. We're looking east now, so southeast would be in this kind of direction. That's where the wind normally comes from, and we're getting some pretty, we're getting several pretty high cloud layers coming into the area. And some sprinklers of rain right now, too. Jay-Z, good stuff. Right now, we're looking south, so everything's coming from the southeast. Okay, Rohan says, Barros, they never landed rockets on the Jacqueline ship, but they wanted to. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks, Ron. I'd never heard of that ship until I read about it a little bit yesterday. Good stuff. Yeah, I know SpaceX does the Falcon 9 landings on the drone ships, but I don't know of any other space agency that has done that. So were they attempting to do that at Blue Origin and they just never had the time, or decided not to? Sounds like they're gonna they're raising the strap away now. Oh, so they Alexi says they have nothing to land on the ship. Oh, interesting. Maybe they would let SpaceX land on it or something. Maybe they run it out to SpaceX or something. You know. Yeah, I'd have to do more research or watch a video by someone who'd done that kind of research on the ship. That'd be a nice video if someone wants to get that information together and put out a video on the on that ship, the Jacqueline. Okay, so Tony says the rain is kissing the coast going up to the Corpus Christi. Okay, good stuff. Okay. Yeah, we do have a $1.99 to become a member here at OceanCam. There's a couple other different levels, but it helps out a lot if you become a member and join as a member. You know. Appreciate if you'd already done that, and good stuff. Onward and upward. We have 43 likes already. Good stuff. Thanks for the thumbs up. So I'm imagining the year 2043, 2044, and 2044, and we're getting that video imagery in space. Got the blue water in the shot. And humanity has founded yet another ocean. I watched a video last night with a gentleman. Kerry Cassidy was chatting with a man, I forgot his name, but I did share a quote by him on here on the YouTube channel, also on Twitter. He said that many scientists know that before a planet can form, there has to be water. So it's potentially one of those not so talked about things, that before any planet can come into being in space, there has to be water. So, or there is water. So if every planet we found throughout the solar system has water, well, you know, if there was water before it came into being, and there is as it is currently, then there's so much water in the universe that it's pretty incredible. Yeah, the website for that was, I believe it's primarywater.org. primarywater.org. So, yeah, pretty good stuff. I added that information, 2 links to those things. There's another website, I believe they have Primary Water Technologies or something like that. I added those links to the missions page. I think there's 4 space missions or something like that. So on that link to the top 4 missions, like Enceladus, Triton, Europa, Ganymede, to those top 4 missions, at the bottom of that page is a link to those 2 primary water websites. But I never heard that before, that, you know, before any planet can come into being, there might be, or maybe there is, I think the guy said there is water, but the context of how he said it was pretty interesting. That interview came out yesterday on the Project Camelot.tv, projectcamelot.tv website with Kerry Cassidy. Today's the 20th of August, 2022. It would have come out, I think it was August 18th, but it really didn't get published online till August 19th, yesterday. But apparently, the gentleman had said that in the 60s, around 1965 or so, there was a book that was put out about there's 2 types of water, and one of them is called primary water. And as that book was coming out, written in the 60s, there was a group of individuals out in California, I believe it was. They were trying to get funding for like over $1 billion for a large, huge reservoir over there in California. And so in order to prevent people from finding out about primary water, they bought up all the books. And so nobody got the information. There wasn't internet back in the 60s. So the gentleman the group of people who were trying to get funding from the banks and everything else to build a huge reservoir, they got the money, and the information about primary water, because those people bought up all the books, did not get out there. So there's more information about water out there than is allowed to be known. So yeah, it was a good interview. I appreciate Kerry Cassidy for chatting with that gentleman. So on the one hand you have primary water, on the other hand you have secondary water. So there's a type of water that we have here on the surface that is through the I'm just pulling off of what I have seen at other times from other information I've seen and from classes I've taken. I believe the secondary water refers to the above ground water that we have in the convection and the evaporation cycle here with reservoirs and everything else. So that is the secondary water, and I believe the more healthy water for humans is well water or maybe primary water, and the secondary water is really for the plants. You don't want to really be drinking runoff and a lot of chemicals from different farm. Everything we have in the hospital goes into the ocean. They open the drain and they drain all the blood. And I worked in a hospital, and so all that water goes just into the municipal collection system for fluids and waste. They do special treatment for certain types of medical waste, but all the liquid blood and everything else just gets drained out into the, depending on the area. I'm not a professional or anything when I'm talking about where the blood ends up, but I believe it just ends up in the rivers and the ocean. So that's all the secondary water. And if all the different chemicals they use for the farms, Monsanto, or I forgot the name of the chemical that they do, Roundup, all that, and all the different, you imagine, look at all the different vehicles we have here with the brakes. Brakes have different types of asbestos or other types of stuff for them to work. The brakes have a lot of pollution, so all that gets into the water as well. So that's all the secondary water, with the acid rain or whatever else. So, and you got different, there's a lot of pollution anyway. So, and the primary water is a type of water that's maybe deeper in the earth and not within that cycle of water that gets evaporated and rained onto the surface and into the reservoirs in the ocean. So there is a second type of water which is separate. I think that's what we call primary water. So. Julian says, I watched Tim Ventura. He has some interesting interviews. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know when they're going to be lifting this other one here or this pump over here, but that's kind of why I'm still here doing some video. I think I will in a little bit. Let's see, we're at an hour now. Yeah, in the next 10 or so minutes, I'll switch out to my power supply just to be on the safe side and unplug the mic. Let me see how that's doing here. All right, well, happy Saturday to you. Thanks for watching and joining the show. It is a sunny day out here. We got a lot of clouds to the east, and they're doing some lifts here with some pumps. Other than that, it is a nice day, and I hope wherever you're going today and whatever you're doing, you have a good time. I get a happy Saturday, Paul, and the rest of you. Hey, Ron, thank you. See over here, there's a lot of space here. Vehicles, trucks usually park all along here, so it being a Saturday and for whatever reason, there's a lot of open space over here. Yeah. No, there is this thing over here. I don't know what that cylinder is, but the maybe that's the E-dome. Have they tested that yet, or is it because it's still here? I'm wondering maybe they'll do some type of testing on that because it's still here, you know. I wonder if you know anything about that. Let us know. Yeah. Hey, Alan, from the Diamond Bar in California. Alan Zidek. From Diamond Bar, California. Oh, so that's the name of a city, maybe. Diamond Bar, California. Or it could be a restaurant or something. Good stuff. Alan, is that a city or is that a restaurant or a bar? It's pretty hot out here. It's you know, when the sun is shining and your ankles are starting to burn. It's it's getting hot out here, that's for sure. So the weather here is 85 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind is from the southeast at 14 and 23 kilometers, and humidity is 78%. So I guess a combination of being dry and kind of sunny, 85 degrees Fahrenheit, 29 degrees Celsius. So I guess maybe it's a combination of the humidity and the heat is why it feels so hot. Hey, Joseph from the Philippines. Good stuff. Mabuhay. Thank you. Sorry. Alan asks, Paul, have you ever had access inside the gates? Yeah, no, I have never. I've never had a real conversation with anybody that worked at SpaceX. Yeah. You know, while we were here on site. I do know a couple people, but that's I know a couple engineers that work at SpaceX, but I've never here on site had a meaningful conversation with anyone about anything. Yeah. I kind of don't know how long to stay here, you know. I'll do like another half hour and then call it quits if nothing happens by then. Hey, Alan, yeah, I think I would be great to do a tour from the inside. Yeah, that'd be great. If you know people at SpaceX and who would like to have me on the inside there, that'd be great. Be great to move around with the camera and yeah. Everybody's got a different way of moving around and stuff, you know. You know, over in Huntsville, Alabama, they have some of the space things, and I believe you can pay to be a guest, pay to be a visitor, if you think about I believe some of the space setups at NASA, you can be a visitor. Is that true? I'm imagining, I don't know if it's just SpaceX or, no, I don't know if it's just, what is it called? Space Camp is what I'm thinking about. You know, you can be a visitor over there in Huntsville to the Space Camp. I don't know if there's any like space thing where you can pay to walk through and take a look. That would be something, and they could turn that into maybe some type of moneymaker if SpaceX were to do something like that, where along a certain route, people could take a look at stuff as it's happening, you know. Or maybe there could be certain people with video cameras where they're taking the video while something's happening, you know, and doing commentary. Yeah, so Tony says an ocean cam live stream from under the orbital launch mount would be amazing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe it's time to imagine some of the different areas, right? All right. Good stuff. Thank you, Martin. Now maybe there's things they want to share, which they haven't shared already, you know, shown on video. Maybe like 3 different people at SpaceX that I could walk around with, and they got some, maybe they have some passions about, or some things they'd like to share that haven't been shown yet. You know, that could be interesting. Michael Maxey, good morning. They are, well, they just installed one type of, you can see here, there's 2 cranes, and the one on the right just lifted from a pallet, lifted from this pallet over here and lifted into place that thing back there. They're also offloading some nitrogen and other stuff. There is this second item here on the left, which is attached to that crane on the left right here, that is, I believe, waiting to get put into place as well. Boil off release. Interesting. Marge says, again, a full truck. Before they said there was a stock problem of nitrogen, but it's not, but it isn't noticeable. Yeah, cool. I don't know what boil off means, but that's awesome. Thanks for the info. Interesting. Looks like they're bolting that thing on, so that's here to stay. Maybe they're happy with it or something. Looks like there's some type of pipe there on the left that they got lifted up for whatever reason. Maybe it connects to the. Oh yeah, it does. It does connect. So there is right here, we can see there is a pipe that comes up and comes into the left side of this one. So this one here, they're probably going to connect that over there and put that into, connect it, you know, make the connection. Hey Javier, nice to see you too. Something's happening here. They're using some yellow straps there for something I I don't know what they're doing, but Tony says boil off is when it heats up from a liquid to a gas. So they release the gas pressure buildup in the vehicle. Liquid to a gas. I gotcha. Okay, so they just want the liquid, I guess. So it's getting a little hot, and it starts boiling off, huh? Turns into a gas. Interesting. So the boil off, is that just due to a change in temperature of some portion of the liquid? I guess the longer the truck offloads, the more likelihood that some of it will will increase in temperature. Okay, expands. Okay, well. Thanks. Good stuff. Yeah, I studied nuclear engineering for 2 years in my second and third year of college. I did my first year of college when I was still in high school, in the concurrent final year of high school and first year of college, and then I did another 4 years at Purdue after that. So I did 1 year of college while in high school, and then I did 2 years of nuclear engineering at Purdue, and then I did 2.5 years in aviation after that, and then I did like another maybe 5 or 6 years of college in other colleges. I've done a lot of college, but the second and third year of college, I did nuclear engineering, and I just I got into anyway. So I have some experience there with the physics and the engineering stuff, you know. Oh, they're lifting it up again, everybody. Look at that. Interesting. So interesting. Wow. This time we got an oxygen tanker coming in here to the right. Kind of a shorter truck. Michael says the term boil off comes from when water changes state from a liquid to a gas when you boil it. Oh, that makes sense. Wow. Interesting. But in this case, it would be, since it's a super cold liquid or something, or a chilled liquid, as it comes to room temperature, it kind of boils off. Good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks, Michael. So instead of heat coming from a burner, instead of coming from the stove, the heat's coming from the environment. Good stuff. Which is boiling the liquid. Cryotic gas. Oh, there we go. Good stuff. That's it. I'll come back to the shot here. There was a little kind of a mini oxygen tanker just came in here. This truck is about 2/3 the size of a normal truck. It was kind of neat when it came in. There's a liquid oxygen tanker here. All right, and they do have that. Okay, Martin says there was a stock problem before when the COF was active because the hospital liquid auction needed. I gotcha. So there was a lack of availability of liquid auction due to all the medical events we had over the last couple of years. Okay, cool. Alan asks, is SpaceX still producing their own liquid oxygen? Good question. Yeah. Nick still asks if the liquid oxygen is used to help the methane burn. Good question. You know, there are two fuels. I believe there's two fuels on the Starship. Is the lower part is the liquid oxygen. It's also heavier, and then the top part is, I believe, it's methane. And so just those two things together, right? Yeah, I guess they need the oxygen for the, for oxygen, to burn, right? And the methane is CH4, carbon and 4 hydrogen. So maybe you need that hydrogen oxygen combination to get the burn, I'm going to unplug the mic here, and I will plug in the backup battery for the camera. So it's probably a little bit louder now, a little bit more background noise now. So I'll talk a little louder. I also just plugged in the battery, and we might be good to go for the power to the camera now. The iPhone doesn't make a really good thing where you can plug in two things at once when it comes to a microphone and a backup battery. So unless you use a Bluetooth mic or something like that. Looks like they're gonna pick that pallet up and put it in the back of this truck here. And that's one thought, at least. Yeah, Steven, I was thinking maybe now would be the pump. Not sure. Maybe. I'm gonna keep going. Maybe I'll maybe do another half hour again. So that last half hour went pretty quick. Yeah, Tony. Like they're bringing that back onto into the back there. Good stuff. Yeah. Alan, see you later. Thank you. Oh, look at they're lifting the other one right now too. They're probably going to move that underneath that first one. Thanks for the info too. Tilt up and get some of the see some of the clouds in the background there. Hey, Wadura. Yeah, it is loud here. All right, the clouds are coming in pretty strong right now too. It just blocked out the sun. That was the person in the crane, actually got out of the crane to, to take the rope off the hook there. So that was kind of interesting. Maxie says, Paul and yours, there's a tropical weather moving north along the coast. Got some dark, ominous clouds you see from the south. Yeah, you can see some of those clouds now. Pretty cool. Jimmy says that's the electric cryo engines. Interesting, Jim. Jimmy says putting everything in place here for an orbital launch, not just for hops. Yeah, in that same way, I just bought last night, I used a credit card to get a 2000 pure sine wave 24 volt inverter. So an inverter for 2000 watts pure sine wave at 24 volts because although I've been using 2 marine batteries in parallel to get the optimal out of the solar panel, I need to put them in series at 24 volts, and I thought maybe doing that would help some of the other things that I'm powering, such as the Starlink and the other things would be better with more power. So I went ahead and I got that just like they're doing here. If they're upgrading things for a launch capability rather than just a hops, I did that as well. Good comment, Jimmy. All right, looks like they're going to go forward and lift that one to the left there. They're connecting these straps as we speak, as I speak. Yeah, I've been able to use the 500 watt inverter that I've been using, but I'm really coming up to it when I plug stuff into it, like 3 or 4 things. It's kind of almost too much for the inverter that I'm using, so I didn't, yeah, that's what I did. to get some sprinkles of rain right now too. Yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, hit the like button, and if you're not a subscriber and you like it, maybe it's worth subscribing. Good stuff. Thanks, Martin. Good stuff. Yeah, this tanker is also smaller than many of the other tankers, so it does help it when the tanker is smaller to make the other things look bigger. But yeah, wow, it does look small next to those tanks. Okay, Michael says Michael Maxey says there's a SpaceX cargo Dragon return today. So from the ISS, the International Space Station. Hopefully it will fly over the site. Yeah, wow, that'd be awesome. Well, good luck to the crew. That's gonna be awesome. That's gotta be really exciting to be coming back to Earth today. And Mule Skinner asks, what's your weather plan? Okay, I was just going to, I've been doing video as I can throughout the different days. So my daily schedule is usually come out here, check it out, maybe do some video, go to town, eat something, and then come back and maybe do some more video. So Michael says maybe they'll delay. He's going to check with SpaceX. Yeah, maybe with the weather. I don't know what kind of weather they have over there in Florida, but yeah, maybe it extends out in that direction as well, the weather we're getting here today. So one of the questions I have is, you know, we're seeing the venting from the tanker here on the right, and that's maybe another boil off. When we see venting from the big orbital tank farm here through the, oftentimes we'll see some venting from these areas here. And is that also a boil off event when we see venting? Oh no, from higher up. It's from higher up. There we go. From the top here, from these one area, another area there, we often see some venting from there. And that is that due to boil off events as well, or is that something else? I'll plug the mic in. All right, so I got the mic plugged time. You know, these top of the orbital tank farm here, is that when we see these things venting, just like over here we're seeing with this tanker, are those also boil off events, or is that something else? Probably. Okay, so the time is 11:12 in the morning. So two things I see. I see this thing here, this big pump, and then the one that they're still have over here on the left. So I don't know if either one of those is going to get moved today. They do have both cranes here. It's conceivable, but we're looking at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In the next 5 minutes, I'll decide whether to keep this going or not. Maybe high pressure vents due to boil off. Okay, good stuff. Interesting. So maybe a similar process. So when they're doing a lot of tank farm activity, if they get some boil off, then maybe that's why we see that venting, huh? Wow. Cool. Well, it's been a good day so far, but a good day, good morning. We're going to be coming up in about a half hour, a lunch break that these guys usually take. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but get a view here to the right as well. Get some cooler air coming in right now. You see the clouds have gone over the launch site right now, so almost the entire site here is covered with clouds. Ordinarily, we're seeing on the right here toward the center, this is a helium container. Normally these are parked further. Okay, that's why. Where we just saw the crane being lifting that thing. Normally they park that helium thing here on the left, but it looks like since they were doing this lift right here, they moved that helium thing to the right, so that normally they park two of these over there where that crane is there on the left. I'm just wondering why they have it over there, and then I put two and two together there. Probably in about 4 minutes I'll end the stream. The rain is picking up a little bit too. So we had some methane tankers here last night, or this morning, offloading methane to the orbital tank farm, and maybe that's an indication for this week that we'll get maybe some type of excitement with some type of orbital methane related event, you know. Maybe that's also why they moved the stands away from the orbital launch platform. So if that is a liquid oxygen boil off event right there, that's some good oxygen coming out into the environment right now. Some primo vapor. I wish I could bottle that up. And you know, when you're be nice to be able to have that in your truck as you drive, some of that primo oxygen in the cabin, whether you're you know, I've imagined that, you know, when you go to sleep, and say you're sleeping in a truck or a vehicle, it'd be nice to have some oxygen you could just release into the cabin there, so that you can keep the mosquitoes out and still have some fresh air. Yep, that'll be a neat trick. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up here. See, they're doing something with the crane here. See if they're done or not. Let me see. Looks like they might be getting ready to go to lunch. Yep, they're packing up as well, everybody. So I'm going to sign out from here. Paul Mamakos with Ocean Camera Space Corp. Getting the good shots, and it's been a kind of exciting, a little bit of excitement here this morning. It is before noon, so we're coming up on 11:15 or something like that, or 20. I don't have a clock in front of me, but they're storing these cranes for later, and they're preparing to leave to go get some food. And the site is some clouds here to the east. Apparently the weather is hugging the shoreline here, going north to, I've heard here, Corpus Christi is what I'm hearing. But this afternoon, evening, I believe in the next 8.5 hours, the weather is supposed to peak here, at least as far as I looked early this morning. So around 8 p.m. tonight I believe we're going to have some of the strongest winds of the day. And so we could be just starting the weather here. Things look good here on site, and we'll know going forward what's going to happen. All right. Take care. Thank you for watching, joining the show, and we are one day closer to launch, everybody. One day checked. We checked that, and we're closer. All right. Be well. Take care. See you soon.